What's up, everybody? This is J Jam coming at y'all again with another one. That's how this is gonna go. Everybody know prison is a bad place, and it turns to bad things. The longer you stay, the more abuse you take. It's more mental than anything. So today I'm gonna talk to y'all about a situation that happened in there where I almost lost my mind. Prison to do that to you, and after an extended stay in prison, and going in there as a juvenile, things happen. And one day when I initially first get into prison, I'm sitting in my cell, and this dude, we're gonna call him Mr. F. Mr. F went to prison as a juvenile too, but Mr. F went like about, I'm gonna say, mm, about 8, 9 years before I got in there. Mr. F was like, he came in my room, sat down, and he started talking to me about his experience first coming to prison and how it was for him. And we sitting on the bed and we shaking it up. And he was like, man, I got a lot of respect for y'all youngsters that come through here now, man. Boy, y'all don't be playing. I'm listening to him. I'm like, yeah, man, this is prison. And he said, yeah, man, you got a bunch of time. Just like me, because he came with some lies without and different things like that, like I had. We both sentenced to dying here. And I was like, most definitely. So as we talking and he's sitting on the bed and I'm listening to his story, you know what I'm saying? He get to telling me about how it was when he first came to prison. He said, man, when I first came to prison, it was like they had this group of individuals. They called themselves the BWs. They was the BWs. They called themselves the Black Warriors, and it was quote unquote supposedly it was for, the blacks that come in there, you know what I'm saying, so they could be a force to be reckoned with versus all the other races, because prison was really about the races then. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm hearing this story, and then all of a sudden he just got to breaking down to me, you know what I'm saying, how he got did when he initially got to prison. He said, man, back in the days when you was a youngster and you came and BW stepped to you and they used to try to take your stuff that your people send you, your TVs, your radios, your commissary, and things like that, and I'm listening to him, and I'm like, wow. He's like, yeah, man, them dudes was foul. He said, was now since y'all start coming through here with the Crips, the Bloods, and the different gang members, you know what I'm saying, Mexicans, blacks, or whatever the case may be, even white gangs. He said that kind of changed all that, you know what I'm saying? He said, because y'all don't allow y'allself to get dead like we got dead. And I was like, well, y'all didn't have to get dead like that either, you know what I'm saying? It's just a matter, of standing up for what you about, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that we know better than y'all, we know tougher than y'all, we know better than y'all. I say it just that, I guess, the groups, individuals that come through here now, we ain't accepting stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And if you're gonna be a black organization or whatever in prison, you're supposed to be helping the blacks and not taking from them. So I got to questioning them about the situation and what they really was about. And he was like, yeah, they stood up, you know what I'm saying, and fought for the blacks, but they was also extorting the young blacks. That instantly caught my mind because I'm all for, as y'all know, the juvenile justice, and we already get did bad anyway, versus um, getting did by the system, and then you come in here and you're getting did by your own kind, who's also incarcerated just like you. So as we got further along and we talking and stuff, and shaking it up, he said, yeah, man, can I talk to you? And I was like, man, we've been sitting there talking. And he tell me, man, 'cause they used to rape us and all this other stuff he get to getting into. And the man broke down crying. And me and him was cool because I liked him because he came young and was doing his time, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, bro, you know what I'm saying? That's messed up. He's like, yeah, man, it was messed up, man. They was molesting us and raping us, and and the police didn't care, and all of these things. And I'm like, damn. I said, so is they still around? He's like, yeah, but they're up north in Max. And I was like, is that right? So he get into all that, and I was like, damn, that's messed up, bro. And he break down a couple of stories of how they tricked him, into some sexual acts and different things like that, because they wasn't that deep and stuff like that. But as time went on, the Crips blood started coming through there, and they got deeper. You know what I'm saying? And they had to somewhat cease those things. You know what I'm saying? Especially as we got to coming through there. You know what I'm saying? And telling them, man, we don't accepting no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing no shit like that. You ain't taking nothing from us. You know what I'm saying? We look out for our own. And breaking down to them what the Crips and the Bloods was about. You know what I'm saying? In there. And I felt bad for him. I mean, it was cool. And for a while, we kicked it after that. You know what I'm saying? I really felt bad for him because he broke down crying in my cell with me. And I'm like, damn, this is a hardcore dude with all this time like I got. And this dude just sat in my room and broke down to me, you know what I'm saying, what these people was doing, you know what I'm saying, these quote-unquote black dudes that's supposed to be protecting, you know what I'm saying, the blacks in the prison and things like that. So time went on and we was cool, you know what I'm saying. Remember, I'm just starting my time out, so this is something that I won't forget. And so I was like, so we doing things and throughout the prison, and I'm like, man, we see one of these dudes, you know what I'm saying, from then at that era that came down on his way home, and he showed me the tat. He said, that's the tat they all have. I looked at this tattoo, and he said, sometimes they'll have their initial in the middle of it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at this tattoo, and I'm like, damn. I'm thinking in my mind, so if this one of these dudes, I said, man, why don't you just, split this dude's head? So what I think, I say, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the type of individual I am. And I'm all for fighting for the right. That's just always been my problem. I'm a fighter. I'm going to fight no matter what. I'm going to fight for the right, and I'm going to fight for the good. And if you corner me, I'm going to fight for me. But I don't look for no trouble, because that's why I always give my respect at all levels, at all costs, at any time. But I'm not going to run from no trouble. And once you cross the path that you're not respecting me, and I'm giving you the utmost respect, then we have a situation and a problem. So we talking, and you see this dude. He said, yeah, man, he on his way home. But he wasn't really one of them dudes. He was one of the dudes they made get the tattoo to represent that he was from the BWs. So I say, okay, cool. Now, mind you, years go on. Now I'm in Max. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing my thing. And he did tell me, the individual that was supposed to be had the clout with that group of individuals, and he told me his name and all that stuff. And I was like, wow. He's like, yeah, but he's long gone, or whatever the case may be. So years go by now, and I'm separated from him. I'm in Max because that's where I got to do my time. I got to be Max. That's the way it is. So one day I'm up in Max, and I'm working out, doing my thing, and a couple of individuals come and want to work out too, and we get under the weights, and we doing our thing. And as you get to working out, everybody get to sweating and stuff, and we on the bench and all that stuff. And dude say, man, can I work out with you? I was like, yeah, you can work out with me. And there's this one individual that everybody seemed to be giving this almighty praise to. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't got big yet. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't been working out that long, and he take off his shirt, and he can bench a lot. You know what I'm saying? And he's pretty well built. Not the big black dude, but a big, well built black dude. I'm gonna say he was bigger than me, definitely. I wasn't that big at that time, and I was just, doing my thing. So as we doing the thing, and you spot each other on the bench, everybody know when you spotting somebody on the bench, you're looking down at them, and you holding the weight up and down, up and down. So I do my set. Next one do their set. And this other cat get down, the one that they acting like he's just this great guy. He get down to do his set. I'm wondering in my mind, because, my mind always thinking, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying? So he get down to do his set. And when he get down to do his set, I look on his chest, and I see that tattoo. And I see his initials in the middle of it. And my mind instantly flashed. This is the dude. This is the dude that this dude was sitting on my bed crying to me about, who had taken his commissary, took his TVs, took his radios and commissary, and basically molested him. Although, he didn't get no charge for it. Raped this brother in prison when he was young, and he's older now. And I see this, and the only thing I could do is flash. Now, let me tell y'all something. This is about 10 years later. I'm almost about my 10th year. I'm already I'm psychologically, trying to hold on because the time I got, the age I came, and I'm wondering if I am gonna go home. I still got hope. I still got faith, but I'm definitely more leaning towards that this is home, and I'm becoming more and more angry and discouraged, and it's getting bad for me at this point in time. And I know that mentally, that's what prison is, because this is what I was been taught from my teacher, that you got to stay strong mentally and everything. But when I seen this tattoo and I seen his initial in the middle of it, compiled with me remembering this dude that was cool, I was cool with, and he told me some things and broke down on my bed and told me what this individual had done to him. And these people that I'm in prison with still like giving hell praises to this dude. I snapped. I just stopped, walked away. While the other dude was spotting him, I never did, remember something about me. I never did nothing to nobody that did not deserve it. Never in my life. I never did nothing I'm ashamed of. I done did some things I'm not proud of, but I never did nothing I'm ashamed of. Once again, I'm going on 10 years in the prison. I never had a birthday party. I never had a driver's license. My mentality is all prison. I grew up in prison, and this is what I know. I'm not playing prison no more. I am prison in my mind. And each individual that I'm meeting similar to me is prison. It's prison with me. I barely remember anything about the streets, and remember the age that I left. That's still the age of my mentality as far as emotional wise, and I'm gonna say, I don't know how to say it more. My anger is building, plus that youth. And I just grab a plate and I walk back over there and I just drop the motherfucking 45 plate right on his head. Boom. Of course, I split his head, and it was like, damn, man, what the hell, man? You know who that is? I said, man, I don't care who that is, man. Y'all know who that is, man. Back in the days, them dudes used to do shit to youngsters. They just don't do that shit no more because they can't do it to none of us, man. They can't do it to none of us. We ain't playing none of that shit, man, and it's us. So it go on like that, and I have to go to the hole for that. Definitely have to go to the hole for that. People is upset about it, you know what I'm saying? And I already sent word, you know what I'm saying, that we have our family up there, Though I'm definitely getting all the knowledge and wisdom I can learn to be a devastating black man. I'm also still affiliated. That's what I am, because I'm the first one from my neighborhood, but I'm not the first one set wise that's up in there, because you have the Crips and the Bloods. So I sent word out. Our thing is a family. And I sent word out and said, man, if any of them dudes, them extra old dudes that's still with that stuff, they got a problem with what I did, let them know I'm coming back out and we can deal with the situation. Now at this time I'm in the hole, and now I'm slipping. So to tell y'all what I did and how I started slipping and almost lost my mind in there, to where it was no return for me. Y'all gonna have to tune into the next episode, because I'm gonna come back with that. I'll see y'all later. Peace. Keep running the race. I'm gonna keep shooting out these videos, and this other video should be out right after this. Run the race. Deuces. I will be back.